Welcome, everybody, to the Wisemen Say podcast, powered by Yamo Media. Ty Fisher alongside Jerald Lucas. Jerald, this is our first live, man.
Man, it's a long time coming.
I know, right? It's definitely one that we've been anticipating for quite a while.
Yes.
Um, and it's been like you said, like we said, it's been a long time coming. So, first of all, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing wonderful, beautiful day outside today. You know, had dinner with a special friend, you know what I'm saying? And to top it off, this is the cherry on the cake.
Hey, man.
Live podcast with my buddy.
Hey man, we had to up the game for you guys, I mean, we get it, you guys like the recordings, but we wanted to interact with you guys live. And that's what we're doing for you guys. So, welcome to the first live episode 11 of season 2 of the Wisemen Say podcast, but first ever live stream. So, without further ado,
I mean, we did one recording. The pilot.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we? We did, didn't we? We did, didn't we? That was that was fun. That was a good time.
But nothing compares to having live interactions,
Nah, no way. But without further ado, Jerald, let's get right into business. Right? Obviously, we were at the match on Saturday. Crew shaky first 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Obviously, picked it back up, played their soccer, and here we are, up 2-0 in the first half. And then we just grabbed the bed, and we end up tying Orlando City 2-2.
So the game was actually a pretty good game for the Crew, right?
Mm-hmm.
Minus the 2 screw-ups. On that first goal, we saw how many defenders fall.
I think I've counted at least like 7.
You know what I'm saying? Off of one person.
Yeah.
It looked like he would just, zigzagged and, hop, skipped, and jumped. And then once he got past, Quentin, there was no. I love Schulte to death. He's a great, he's turning into a great keeper. But 1v1 with that steam, there was no stopping that. Now, set piece one, that one could have been, cleared out a lot better. Instead of playing, pop up, hot potato in the air with the ball, it could have been handled a lot better.
Yeah, it could have.
But other than that,
you're talking about the free kick, right?
Yes.
Or are you talking about the first one?
The free kick.
That excuse me. So the thing with the free kick though, right, was
shouldn't have been one, but
I mean, it's late in the game, man. It's a 1-goal game. Things are getting tight.
I'm tired of refs dictating how the game is going to go.
Well, then tomorrow's going to be absolutely insane. But to be honest, I think it's just poor man marking on everybody's part, because if you look at it, sure, it bounces around, but who marks the man out wide? Who marks the lone guy, Duncan McGuire, in this instance? Nobody. What happens? He gets a shot off, and it deflects off of Quentin's foot and goes into the net. I think Schulte had a read on that, though. I think Schulte had a read on that. I think it's just Quentin obstructed his view, and it hit his foot and just bounced right up.
I mean, it just it was all around sloppy play with those 2 goals.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Nancy did say he didn't like the way we conceded them.
Right.
So I mean, it's time to be a goldfish.
What's that?
Time to be a goldfish and move on.
Yeah, definitely. Also, the one thing that I really liked was um the the drive that the team had in the first half, getting 2 goals. Um, both kind of in the same way, if you look at it, right? You had on Nagby's goal, Matan dribbles around a defender, gets into the box, a square ball right across the face of goal, Nagby's back post. He follows his run. He makes the pass, follows his run, and then back post 1-0. You take a look at Jason Russell Rowe, his goal. Farsi pass, stops, follows his run back, gets the ball, another ball across face of goal. He told us yesterday at media availability, Jason told him that there's space between the goalkeeper and the center back. Put it right there, and he's there. And what happens? Jason Russell Rowe makes it 2-0 before halftime.
I mean, we've seen that too many times last season.
Yeah.
That right there, I think without Mo Farsi telling us that that's what Jason said, that's just a given between those two.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it time and time and time again, which led Jason to winning the first ever Golden Boot for Next Pro and the MVP. And to this day, for Next Pro, Jason is still the leading goal scorer with 22 goals. And he's only played one Next Pro game this year.
Mm-hmm.
Just so happens he got a goal in it. But that just goes to show you the chemistry between like Jason and Mo. Not only are they great on the field, but Jason touched on it after the game on Saturday. They're roommates.
Yeah.
So you would think that being a roommate with somebody, you would know their tendencies. Now, I could guarantee you they probably at home playing FIFA together.
Probably.
And working on, the timing, video-wise, so that they could see it on a screen and be able to, transfer it from the screen to the field.
Yeah.
And, I told you, what was it, 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago? Jason's been working on something.
Yes.
And look what happened. Look at the progression that he's doing, with what he's working on.
Mm-hmm.
That connection between Cucho and Jason, once they get on the same page, that's a Batman and Robin right there.
Correct.
We saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Jason looking for Cucho looking for Jason, and everybody else just looking for either one of them. Even when Christian came in before, I think Christian came in before Jason, was out, or he might have been, subbed out before that. But in previous games, Christian's looking for Jason.
Yep.
So that just shows you the youth of the club is in good hands under Nancy.
One thing that I saw on Twitter, and I also want to address a potential rumor that I saw on Twitter earlier today.
Which one?
We'll get to that here later. But one thing I want to address, last year we didn't see much youth, right? I just want to look at the age turnover of the team. Right?
Well, let me grab the paper and I'll be able to.
I want to look at the age turnover of the team, right? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at last year's team.
Thank you, Rob, for the booklets.
Yes. Who do we have last year? We had Room, Mensa, Deganek. Who else do we have? Steven.
All right. So what'd you say? Room, Deganek,
Mensa,
Nagby,
Artur,
Santos,
Pedro,
Kevin,
Jaleel, Yep.
Um,
But just to name a few, there a lot of veterans
yes.
a lot of veterans in the league, a lot of older guys, right? This year it's different. This year I like it because take a look at what Nancy did in Montreal with young guys
Mm-hmm.
mixed with some veterans, right? The veterans get them to, play like adults and get them, though they're still young, in the right mindset,
I mean,
right?
you got Amundsen, born in 98. You do the math. Max Arston, 2001, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see who else. Diaz, 98. Farsi, 99. Keegan Hughes, 2000. Cucho, 99. You know what I'm saying?
That made me feel old.
The only one so far closest to me is Eloy Room, born in 86.
That made me feel old so much.
Like, sheesh. Alex, 99. Jesus, Kevin Molino is 90. Aiden Morris, 2001.
But it's a lot of young guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the point I'm getting at is that, they're growing into something that has a ton of potential with a great manager. Not saying that, last year they couldn't do anything special because they could.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a lack of,
Youth.
a lack of youth and a lack of having that killer instinct.
Yes. The youngest player on the first team right now is Jason, born in 2002.
I, I, you just say he was born in 99.
No, not Jason. Jason was born in 2002.
I really heard you wrong then.
Like, Jason's born in 2002. Philip Quinton was born in 99. Alex Matan born in 99.
Now, maybe that's where I was getting confused at.
So, I mean, the youth of the club is so strong this year.
Mm-hmm.
And Nancy is a great developer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he talked a little bit yesterday about it. The team can be a little bit naive.
Yeah.
That comes with the age. So if you rewind it back to last season,
and
when all the old people were getting tired,
Farsi said that too.
Yeah, Farsi said it too. But you rewind it to last season when all the older veterans were getting tired. We didn't have youth on that bench to come in and spark, a comeback, pretty much.
Yeah.
Or to kill the game. You know what I'm saying? So you would be bringing in maybe two young and the rest are old. In a sense of not old like that, but you're bringing in a veteran player that might not be in tip-top full strength, that somebody only gets like 10, 15 minutes. And, that's what we saw last season. So now you're talking about this year to where you can mix it up on the field with old and young, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have that spark. Then you look at the bench when subs actually come out or come in, they can spark, something. And we've seen that. Jimmy Madranda come in. Look at the over-the-top defender, goal that he scored at Toronto late in the game.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Jason getting that one early in the first half of Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
What other ones? You know what I'm saying? There's so many different goals late in the game that some of the youth has sparked, the comebacks.
Yeah. It's It's almost like, how can I put this? It's
Night and day.
almost
Night and day.
yeah, that's what it is. It's almost like night and day. But the one thing that they need to do better is to close out these games.
Have better street smarts.
Yes. Close out these games. We saw it on Saturday at the 80th minute. They're taking the ball to the corner. And I'm sitting there wondering why. Okay. I was like, okay, we're killing the game about 10 minutes too early. All right, cool. But Matan said it himself. He made a mistake in the 85th minute.
Yep.
On a corner, where he crossed it in instead of playing it short, kill some time off. Farsi said it. They're too naive. They're young. They're too naive. They want to play.
Too nice.
Yeah, too nice. Playing the Mr. Nice guy, but if take your time going to the throw in, right?
I mean, he said other teams won't hesitate to do it, so why not us?
Yeah, but and that's where the street smart has to come into play. If you're up 2-1, 88th minute, what are you going to do? What are you going to do on a corner kick? Play it in, or play it short? Take it to the corner, try and get another corner kick, or better yet, draw a foul.
If it's the 88th minute, we're up 2-1. I'm kicking it all the way back to the goalie.
Okay, FIFA.
I mean, what better way to kill time though? Right?
Yeah.
What better way to kill time? And you have your keeper already playing as a central midfielder.
But the one thing with that is the risk of getting the ball taken and conceding a corner.
But here's the thing though, too, right? If you're at the corner 88th minute and you kick it back to your keeper who's already essentially playing an extra central midfielder, right?
Mm-hmm.
He gets the ball. He can either pass it and shoot back to the net, or he could go ahead and launch one. If it goes out, it goes out. And guess what? Time is ticking. And it allows you to reset to get back to your line. And it allows the defense to come back. Because if it goes out, the offense for the other team is going to want to go all in and shoot down the field so the keeper can kick it in so he can run up and try to play as an extra man.
Yeah.
So if you do it that way to kill the time, you're in the 88th minute. It's going to take a half a minute for the ball to get to the keeper.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, you got defenders running up to you. Launch it.
Yeah.
Launch the ball. If it goes into the upper deck behind the goal, so be it. Now guess what you did? You just killed a minute. You're in the 89th minute. Now you get to reset.
They sent that ball to the Milky Way.
Hey.
It's a candy reference.
I know. You and these.
Come on, man. Candy references are fun.
Hey. I mean, it wasn't an almond joy after the game, It
was more like a milk dud.
I would say a junior mint.
What would you do for a Klondike bar, huh?
Definitely not shave my eyebrow off.
And that's fair. Now, were you at the well, let's try and segue into this. What one crew team couldn't do, the other did. I'd say. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So your favorite, my favorite, because I actually watched the game.
Are you ready, kids?
It is your Cappy's Corner. So,
yes,
Jerald, without further ado, my friend, take it away.
So, I was not there this Sunday. However, if memory serves me correctly, the home opener last season for Crew 2, was against Orlando on a Thursday night last season, and I believe the final score was 4-0, right? So this past Sunday,
I honestly have no idea. I don't remember.
this past Sunday at Historical Crew Stadium, your Columbus Capybaras were in action, taking on Orlando City B, which you might as well call Orlando City B the JV squad for Orlando City SC, because that's how it was. First I'd say about 10, 15 minutes of the game, Columbus was playing, was off on the front foot. Great. Orlando wanted to slow the game down, right? And Laurent said, Coach Courtois said, no, get back to our game, speed it up. So probably right around like the 30th minute, you saw the game pick back up into action. Like Columbus was getting corner after corner, chance after chance, in the first half, right? Halftime came along, 0-0, right? Crew went into halftime with a bunch of momentum, and I don't know what was said in that locker room when they came out, but they came out firing. And when I say it was a good thing, it was a good thing. Trying to see who got on the board first. It was Gio De Libera.
Yep.
With his first ever goal. So, and it was a banger. It really was. Cole Maroka found him. So 2 academy players connecting, right? Next up, the next goal was Mateo Bunbury, his second of the season, assisted by Gio. And we got to speak with Gio after the match, and like Gio was sitting there saying how he had a chance to take it, but he saw Mateo unmarked. And as soon as he let the ball go and he saw it touch Mateo's foot, he knew it was going in.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, it went in. And then in Crew fashion, Columbus Crew's first round pick, Clay Holstead, off of, I believe it was a corner.
A towering header.
Bruh. From another young player in Rayo. And, put it up 3-0, right? And then there was a breakaway between Mbamba was on the break and had Rayo coming, right?
Yep.
Defender bid on Mbamba, passed it over to Rayo. Rayo scored, made it 4-0. End of the game, you know what I'm saying? There was really stoppage time. There was only really a total of 1 minute of stoppage time in the whole game.
Sounds about right. I mean,
literally.
Crew 2 took off second half. They literally took off.
Like I said, I don't know what was said in halftime in that locker room.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever it was, it has had Crew 2 rolling.
Mm-hmm.
4-0. They finished off Orlando City, what the first team couldn't do. Like you said, the Cappies did it, and it was a beautiful day. And the hard hat man of the match, right? Who do you think it was?
I already know who it was.
Yeah.
If memory served me right, I think I did see who it was. I'm pretty sure I know who it was.
Who is your memory saying?
Noah.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
He was everywhere. Everywhere. So And he's another one that I believe that's going to be coming up to the first team soon. Just because of his pivotal where he could play everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Hell, he could play keeper if he wanted to.
More than likely. More than
But
likely.
it's whatever they're doing in the academy and whatever they're doing in Next Pro.
It's working.
Columbus has the formula.
Columbus used resources that every other MLS team did not use in their MLS Next Pro area.
Well, talking with Eunice, part of the communications department for Columbus Crew, right? And she said that we were the only one with the general manager in Next Pro last year.
Yes.
So, and the general manager, Corey Ray, love him to death because look at the teams that he's assembled last year and this year. What happened? We got a championship.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful new shiny banner at Historical Crew Stadium.
Yep.
Love it. Now we need more.
Yeah. You know what we also need? Another championship.
Yeah, we need that too, which if things can turn around, at the Leagues Cup, I don't think teams want to play Columbus.
I'd go before that. I'd say starting Saturday.
Yes.
This Saturday. If things need to turn around starting this Saturday. We'll talk about LA, right? But to be honest, things need to start turning around tomorrow. Because we have tomorrow, we have Saturday, we have Open Cup next Wednesday, we have another game on Saturday. Things need to turn around starting tomorrow. No, we do.
After Open Cup, it's not on Saturday, it's on a Sunday.
Tomato.
May 28th at Geoda's Park.
Geoda's Poke?
Yep.
Geoda's Poke. All right, Nashville just got a new stadium named Geoda's Poke. So Wednesday, so tomorrow, Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday. It needs essentially to turn around tomorrow with LA.
Which you can.
I also on Saturday was at a game.
New Kids on the Block?
Yep. UPSL, Inter Columbus, taking on the Indy Gladiators, who beat them the last time out. But this time it was karma.
Retribution.
It was karma. Inter Columbus, 2-1 win over the Indy Gladiators, take second in the Ohio division, and clinch UPSL playoffs with that 2-1 win. Both goals,
big.
Yeah, both goals scored by a very good friend of mine, Ohio Dominican University Panther, Mohamed Kante, or Kante as we all call him. We call him the Panther also. But a strong performance from him. 2 goals. He was everywhere. And this team is something special. If you haven't gotten out to a game already, get out to a game.
I'm gonna say this about Inter Columbus. I think once Chase Vance was coming off the bench for like second half work, I think that's where you saw the turnaround, because he was able to bring that out in the second half and just like I keep talking, sparks, not the alcoholic energy drink, but sparks.
Yeah.
And when you have guys that can give those sparks to a team in a second half, it breathes new life. And this is so huge for Inter Columbus, clinching a playoff spot in your first year in the UPSL. You know what I'm saying? You're only behind who? Foot Ohio?
Yes.
Another Ohio team?
Yep.
And you're going off to the playoffs. You have a chance to go to the national playoffs. in your first year.
Yep.
I mean, it sounds like the Vegas Golden Knights going to the Stanley Cup Finals their first year in NHL. It's amazing. But to be the new kids on the block in Columbus and to clinch a playoff spot in your first year, that's huge.
Yeah. It's also a token to the work Caleb Levins has done.
Yes.
With the team. Caleb Levins, for those who don't know, coached at Bowling Green State University, led them to great success. Now down here in Columbus, with Inter Columbus FC, has taken them to the playoffs in their first year. That's a testament to the work Caleb Levins has done with this team.
Not only that, but they had a friendly against the Crews U19, right?
Mm-hmm.
Beginning part of the season. They were up 2-1 on the U19s, right? And the U19s just turned it on. And, they ended up losing 4-2. But at the same time, I told Coach Blevins and I told, Chase, after the game, I said, what you see here from the Crews under 19 team, that's the first team.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you see in the first team practices and trainings. That's what you see in the games for the first team. I said, for you guys to hang around with the U19s, it was essentially like for 65 minutes of the game, Inter Columbus was winning, was up 2-1. And it just on a snap of the fingers, and you see Coach Nazi's system go to play, spreading the field out, frustrating, Inter Columbus, causing turnovers, drawing the defenders in and then attacking, going on the counter. That's what Coach Nazi teaches the first team.
Correct.
And I said, for you guys to hang around for 65 minutes like that, you guys are going to have a special year.
Mm-hmm.
And look, they just clinched the playoff win over, with Saturday's win.
Yep. And now, if I'm not mistaken, while I grab it, I think they're within striking distance of Foot Ohio. The only difference is that Foot Ohio doesn't have any draws. They have just one loss, and that's it. But they are within striking distance of Foot Ohio. And as I'm looking at the standings right here, they're 3 points out from Foot Ohio.
And don't they play them?
Yeah, they do. They played them. Hang on, let me pull it up. Inter Columbus. Yeah, June 4th at Whitehall Yearlink. June 4th at Whitehall Yearlink. They do play. Yep. Top goal scorers. Danny Bumgarner with that hat trick in the 7-0 win over Black Cat FC. Shingi Nindi, who's back in Arizona now. 4 goals. Bumgarner has 6. Conte with 3. Ubele Mahango 2. Jonathan Oliveira 1. Devasin Niker 1 goal, and Khalif Pele 1 goal. So those are your top goal scorers for Inter Columbus. But 4 wins, 2 losses, 0 draws. 22 goals scored so far this year.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yep.
Sound like the Crew.
Man, have the Crew been shut out at all this year?
No.
They've scored in every game so far.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. That's the Nazi effect. But yeah, in Inter Columbus, their next game is, as I close out of UPSL soccer. As I close out of UPSL soccer, their next game is, I want to say it's this week. It might be next week, to be quite honest with you. As I'm still trying to pull it back up, it's running very, very slow right now. There we go. Ohio Conference. Nope. I typed in Midwest West. Their next game, Inter Columbus. They have Fox United on Sunday at 2 p.m.
Ooh.
I was about to say 11 p.m. I was about to say 11 a.m. Pacific time, so it's 2 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, Fox United from Rangers Academy Soccer Fields. I want to say that's up north, like northern Ohio area, at 2 p.m. And then back home against Foot, Ohio, June 4th at 3 p.m. at Whitehall.
And that's the home finale?
Yes, that is the final home game.
So they have a chance if Foot Ohio either draws or loses and Inter Columbus wins out, they have a chance to take over the Ohio division.
Pending who Foot Ohio plays. I'd have to see who Foot Ohio plays really quick.
Black Cat and
that's easy.
Indy Gladiator.
That's easy. All right, so 21st, they play Lions FC. Okay. Foot Ohio does. And then they play Inter Columbus. And then they play the Indy Gladiators.
Gotcha.
So they have Lions, Inter Columbus, Indy Gladiators. So if Inter Columbus wins out and somewhere a slip up happens with Foot Ohio, they do have the potential to take the Ohio division, to take the Ohio Conference.
Love it.
Yep. Get this off. There we go. Jerald, this is fun, man.
I love it. I mean, we're live for
This is fun.
Now we need some music and some margaritas, It is Taco Tuesday.
It is Taco Tuesday. That is correct. I bet I can get you with the music. Hang on, let me see.
Okay.
Hey. There you go.
God.
Little. It's called Feeding the Ducks.
So how much do we got to pay the ref on tomorrow?
Don't get me started on that.
Oh, we'll talk about that here when we get to that segment.
Don't get to that. Really quick, something starting this week. FC Columbus back in action
Sunday.
This week Friday against Steel City. They play Steel City FC on Friday, and then again on Sunday against Akron City.
Okay. Yep. So Steel City this Friday, Akron City on Sunday.
Yes.
Love it. And it's the first ever meeting between Akron City.
Yep. And first ever between Steel City also.
Oh, my God.
Yep. The divisions got realigned with NPSL. And by the looks of it, Panathinaikos Chicago is a UPSL team now.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. They went down a league.
Regulated.
Relegated.
Regulated.
Tomato.
They're the Southampton.
Oh, those poor souls. Those poor souls, I tell you. But yeah, so Friday against Steel City on the 19th, and then Sunday the 21st against Akron City. I will say, FC Columbus might have a tough task on their hand. Inter Columbus Daniel Baumgartner plays for Akron City.
Ooh.
So it's going to be a tough test. It's going to be a tough test.
Is Kamara back?
That's a very good question. It's a very good question. We haven't seen a roster yet. We haven't seen a roster yet. I've only seen the schedule. That's it. That's it. Haven't seen a roster yet, but
I'll tell you what, if Kamara's not back, that team is in for a long season.
Well, I wouldn't even say that though. I wouldn't even say that because they do have talent elsewhere.
They do, but so I remember saying this last year. Kamara is like the Lucas Cucho of FC Columbus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever he's on the field, defense flocks to him. That opens up who? Everybody else, correct?
Yep.
So without him, the team would have to learn a different, you know what I'm saying? Not really a different strategy, but learn to play without him. You know what I'm saying? If he's not there, but if he's there on the team, expect some, exciting things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Except for a goal off of a kickoff.
Yeah, that game. Sometimes I still want to go back on that game and just watch that entire game over just because Columbus scores, ensuing kickoff, Milwaukee scores.
And not only that, but
it was back to back.
That and then that was also the red card.
It was. That was Damani's red card, wasn't it?
And that, you know what I'm saying? And that costed FC Columbus.
Yeah, because Milwaukee ended up scoring and tying the game late.
And Columbus needed a win to clinch the division.
Yeah. Yep. That is correct. I do remember that. And then you try to get comment from the referee and whatnot. But I did end up hearing what it was for.
Man, listen, I chased the referee through the parking lot.
I did end up hearing what it was for. Somebody I know told me because they had a talk with him. But
yeah,
but yeah, it's a new season. And
I felt like a Karen chasing the referee through the parking lot.
That's funny, but it's a new season. New season, new goals, and ultimately a new test.
Can we see some Olympicos?
Man, I tell you, if I see an Olympico in an NPSL game, I'm going absolutely crazy.
I mean, we see it in the youth academy.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. I mean, I've seen Lucho Acosta do it for Cincinnati.
I mean, we saw that weekend. Bernadeschi had one, and then turn around the next day, an under 17-year-old in a tournament
decides to pull off the unthinkable.
Who's a legacy player for the Columbus Crew.
Yep.
Just late in the game, just said, "Hey, guess what? It's my turn now." And I think that was goal of the tournament.
It was definitely goal of the tournament. It definitely was. I know that for sure. I remember seeing that. But Jerald, let's take a look at tomorrow.
Rockstar versus Rockstar?
The game against LA Galaxy tomorrow. Galaxy, who came off an impressive 2-0 win in the California Clasico against San Jose, look to come to Columbus and keep Columbus going on the skid that they are in right now.
So, if you remember correctly, I said this is a game to watch for Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
It's in my articles. It's in some of the episodes. But this is a game to watch for Columbus, right?
Correct.
Because you got two rock stars, right? You got Chicharito.
You're talking about LA.
You got Chicharito, and you got Cucho.
Mm-hmm.
So these are two of the
Star Boys.
stars, right? So it's going to be an interesting battle, right? With everything going on with the Galaxy, I don't think that they're going to continue to go upwards, right? Because there's so much turmoil going on in the front office and between the fans in the front office of the Galaxy. It's almost like watching the Oakland A's.
Mm-hmm.
It's distracting. Let's put it that way for a team, right?
Yep.
No matter how much you try to tune all that stuff out, it's still in the back of your mind while you're trying to prepare for a team, right?
Yeah.
And it's so nice to finally have Columbus back relevant, right? To where teams are talking about Columbus, right? They're talking about the way that they've been playing. They're talking about, well, if they do this and they could get on the same page with that, nobody's going to be able to stop them. Which the only team, I think, if Columbus can fire on all 8 cylinders, the only team that really can stop them is, well, there's 2 teams. One, it's themselves, and 2, it's LAFC.
Yeah.
I just think LAFC has way too much firepower for anybody, to.
Well, they didn't have enough for San Jose a couple weeks ago.
They caught them sleeping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those. I think they were looking over San Jose, past San Jose, like, yeah, this is just another game, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, San Jose begged to defer on that one.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So this is going to be a good battle of MLS originals.
Here's the thing with me, right? And I'm going to read off some fun facts, okay?
Oh, Lord.
This will be the first meeting between Columbus and LA in over 4 years.
Check.
The last time that they played came in May of 2019, with Columbus winning 3-1. The Crew are also unbeaten in 5 straight home matches against the Galaxy, with 3 wins and 2 draws, as LA's last win in Columbus was a 1-0 victory in September of 2011.
So 12 years.
The Galaxy are winless in 6 straight away matches, dating back to last season's playoffs. They got 2 draws and 4 losses, failing to score in any of their last 4 on the road.
Oh.
This is their longest road scoring drought in MLS play, including playoffs, since a run of 6 straight away games without scoring in 2004-2005.
Was that the Landon Donovan years?
Oh,
I believe so.
Oh, man, I don't know, honestly. Honestly, don't know. I want to say yes, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I'd have to look. Galaxy, who are currently 2-6-3 on the season, currently sit in 13th, averaging just under 1 point per game. 18 goals allowed, scoring 10, and are currently sitting at 11 games played with 9 points. So, what's that tell you?
That they're bound to lose?
Well, I mean, everybody thought they were going to lose against San Jose, and they pulled out a win.
Yeah, but wasn't it at home?
It was.
Exactly.
It wasn't. It was at It was in Carson. Yes.
You're coming out to the Death Star. Your first trip out to Columbus in 4 years, and you're coming to the new fortress, which is sort of enclosed, so everything echoes, right? It's not shaking like the Erector set historical crew stadium, used to shake, right? It could get loud. I need to bring a decibel meter one time to the game just to see how loud it actually gets.
Well, if it's any indication, the home opener of the game of the stadium against New England in 2021, I couldn't hear myself think. I think my decibel meter got up to like 107.
Jesus.
Yeah. So for those who haven't been to lower.com and are going tomorrow, it's going to be loud.
Get there.
So just forewarning, it's going to be loud.
And it's Party by the Pitch.
Is that what I saw?
Yeah, Party by the Pitch.
In my Twitter notifications.
Yep, and I believe, I don't know if this is the one where they're going to be handing out T-shirts. Which I love the designs. I wish they would do all three of the designs and hand them out. Right?
Designs? What are you talking about?
The T-shirt designs that they were having the fans vote for on Twitter. One had our city. One had Columbus since something, and then it had Crew Cat on one.
I honestly don't remember that.
It was out today.
Oh,
I think today and yesterday. But man, it's gonna be a blast. And they got the ice cream at the stadium now. They got the UDF ice cream out.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I do remember that. I remember that.
The unicorn cake ice cream from UDF is actually pretty good.
So what you're saying is I have to try and sneak some ice cream.
Which at halftime we could go down and grab some ice cream. But also too, I believe it is $2 brat tomorrow night.
Probably.
So that's what I read. I saw on Twitter that I believe it's $2 brat tomorrow night for the LA match, and I might have to sneak down and grab a couple brats.
Stop by the Insta for a chance to win a one-of-a-kind crew movie poster. Nice. Okay, there's the T-shirts.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
I like the Crew Cat one.
Yeah, that's the original Crew Cat.
Yeah.
Like the original. Okay, question now. Will Chicharito play?
Yes.
You think so?
He has to.
Why?
I believe Chicharito played in the San Jose game, right? I have to go back and look at everything. If he did play, that is one reason why they won. You want to put your best players out on the field if they can go. And I believe Chicharito can go, right? So you're going up. You want to match striker for striker.
Yeah.
Right? Cucho's bound to break through. And once he breaks through, there's no stopping him.
The winning shirt will be given out on July 8th.
Okay, so yeah. Still got 2 months to go, but
all right then. But nonetheless, I mean, that Crew Cat one is nice.
Yes.
If Chicharito doesn't go,
oh man, we might see Atlanta score. We might see we might see 7.
Man, if we score 7, our decks are gonna be chanting, "We won 8."
Has there ever been a 10-goal game
in MLS?
Yes. I don't think so.
Are you talking an MLS or just crew?
MLS, period.
I don't think so.
Wouldn't that be a fun fact?
Man, I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do. Because I might be there tomorrow. I'm not sure. I have to see if my game at Soccer First is forfeit, which I think it is. If look, here's the thing. Okay. If Columbus plays like they played against Atlanta and put up an outrageous score, I could be writing my recap at the beginning of the game or the beginning of the second half and be done by the next morning. Because I wouldn't know what to say. I wouldn't know how to describe.
Listen, honestly, you could get all your notes and all that for the first half, but if it's if it's 7-0 going into halftime, you might as well just close your Word document and just tweet the rest of the game. Because if it's 7-0 going into halftime,
oh yeah, it's over.
You're not going to be able to write your recap until the next morning.
True. Sorry, Murph.
You're not going to be able to because, I mean, if it literally is 7-0 at halftime, if you're Coach Nazi, how do you handle that?
That is, you bring on as many young guys as possible.
Do you tell them to just play keep away for 45 minutes?
No. You let them play until the 85th minute and then kill the game. Just to ensure the win.
I mean, the win.
You know what they say, a 7-0 lead is the most dangerous lead in sports.
A 2-0 lead is the most dangerous thing in sports.
And we saw what happened with that.
Exactly.
Right.
But if you're up 7-0 though,
7-0 is the most dangerous lead in sports.
For your subs, do you bring in a new goalie?
Yes. Yes. Evan Bush plays the second half, so Patrick Schultz can play the full 90 against Cincinnati.
I mean,
it's simple, man. This is FIFA logic to me. This is FIFA logic to me.
Hey, I hope players are watching the show, but at the same time, don't take us serious.
Come on now. Come on, this is like me when I play FIFA. If I'm up like 3-0, I pull all my offensive people off and just put on 5 new defenders. Next thing you know, I have a 6'4" center back in and Nathan Ake from Man City playing as a striker with a 54 pace.
Oh my God. You really want to kill the game.
Look, man, I dropped back to a 5-4-1. That's it.
Lord.
Look, man, I'm just saying, man. But what is your one key to look for tomorrow?
Get that street mentality. Right?
Get the street smarts back.
Well, not even just the street smarts, but just get that street mentality. Go back to playing street football, right? If you could take Nancy's system, right, and get back to like you playing as a kid in the street, right? You want to have that killer instinct, pardon, don't want to get canceled for saying killer instinct now, but that's almost what it has to be.
No, that's what it is. You have to. It's just like we saw in Philly.
Yes.
Went to Philadelphia, right? From right out the gate, they have that killer instinct, right? It's what it is. It's what they have to have. But as you said, I think it was last week, they ran out of gas against Miami, right? So refuel the tank, get that killer instinct back. This should be a walk in the park.
It should be fun.
It should be. Will it be? Hopefully. Do I think so? I don't know.
Look, I want to be sitting back eating a halftime pretzel, and just like be starstruck.
But okay, now question: how did the crew contain Ricky Puig?
How they contain Puig?
Yes,
He's what, in the midfield?
yeah,
On the wings.
same difference.
Yeah.
He is a player on the field.
So how you contain him is you almost have to boxing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not in I wouldn't do a close box, but it's almost like you would have to do you have to wall him off, right? So if he's in the corner, you have to wall him. If he's on the side, you have to wall him. Make him make a aired pass to get around you. Don't keep your legs open too wide, so you don't get meg. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And definitely don't have skates on. Because if you have your skates on and he hits a quick stop, you're going by him, and you're just opening up more channels for him.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you have to double team him, and if you have to triple team him, right? So you have to wall him off from the rest of it and force him to make aired passes.
One question. How do the crew line up formation-wise? Given what we know, how do the crew line up formation-wise?
Still, I think it's a 3-4-2-1. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Or even a 3-4-1-2. I think the 3-4-1-2 is a lot better for the crew, depending on who plays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because with that 3-4-1-2, you almost can use that second striker and almost drop him back to make it a 3-4-2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can drop back to do a 3-4-3. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on how tactically Nancy wants to show it out there. But I really think it's a 3-4-2-1, right? And if everybody is good to go, the game has to
besides the injury report.
Correct. The game has to be Crew's game has to run through Nagby and Lucas, right?
Correct. Yeah.
It has to. I did like Cucho coming out of that center because I think it drew everybody to the center and allowed like Jason or Matan, to slip around on the sides, right?
Yep.
That's how I think it is. It's going to be a 3-4-2-1.
As of May 15th, the players out: Milos Deganek with an ankle injury.
Yep.
Luis Diaz with a back injury. Kevin Molino, Aloy Room, Will Sands, all with knee injuries, and Josh Williams with an ankle injury. Although we did see Luis Diaz and Josh Williams doing individual work off to the side.
Kevin Molino was out there too.
Kevin, I did see. I think Kevin was with the main group.
Yeah.
So granted, we saw those three out yesterday, training and doing individual work. Still not ready yet. So I like that Nazi's taken, proper precautions with guys.
Yeah, Porter would have rushed him in.
And for those wondering, Lucas Zelarian is still good to go for the week. Just putting that out there. Okay. So everybody can stop speculating.
Listen,
and whatnot.
y'all need to lay off of Bailey Johnson. She's a great writer at the Dispatch.
Yeah, that too. I did want to see. I don't know if this is true or not. But according to a I again take this for what you will. Take this with a grain of salt. Please take this with a grain of salt. A Toronto FC correspondent says that Argentine Giants Boca Juniors are interested in signing Lucas Zelarayan. Take that with a grain of salt. I don't know. I guess we'll figure out something and do our research. But there's no other credible sources saying that, so take that with a grain of salt.
Listen, until we hear from Bez
or anybody else credible within that knows of the situation.
Yeah,
it's just, I say it's clickbait.
All these rumors need to go on somewhere.
Yeah.
And stop, for the love of God, stop thinking the world is melting. Because of little comments here and there, right? We are journalists, and we try to get you guys, the fans, the answers as best as we can. Even if we push to get an answer, we try to get the right answers for you. So trying to attack us journalists because, you didn't push hard enough to clarify. For the love of God, there's only so much that we can do while we're in these pressers. Right? It's, you push too hard, your credentials get revoked, correct?
Possibly.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be the journalist known to be the pushy one or be the one asking stupid questions. You know what I'm saying? So please lay off of us journalists. If we can get more information, we will get it to you as it gets to us. My rant is over.
Without further ado, Jerald, last segment of the night, our favorite.
Yes.
MLS predictions.
Jesus Christ, there's like 14 games on tomorrow.
I think every team in the league's playing tomorrow. Possibly.
Including San Diego?
Hey. I'm still mad about that.
I'm mad they won't give it to the San Diego Loyals.
If anybody needs a team, it's Vegas, okay? Just saying. Starting Atlanta, Colorado.
Oh. I'm going Colorado. I will go Colorado 2-1.
1-1.
You got to remember Guzman's out, after getting that.
1-1 still.
1-1. All right.
Yeah, 1-1. Charlotte, Chicago.
Charlotte.
I gotta go Chicago on this one. I gotta go Chicago 2-1.
You know what? Let me flip that. I'm gonna take that same one with Chicago 2-1. They just beat St. Louis back to back.
Did they?
Yes.
They won against St. Louis? Yeah, they did. Yep,
they beat them in U.S. Open Cup, and then they beat them at City Port.
Mm-hmm. No, it was at Soldier Field.
Was there the Saturday game was at Soldier?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they beat them. Yeah, they beat them twice.
Yeah. That game is last. Cincinnati, Montreal.
Montreal 1-0.
Of course. I'll take Montreal 1-0. Orlando, NYCFC.
This is a tough one. God, I'm gonna go with the Pigeons. NYCFC.
I'm gonna go Orlando, and the
Fair.
only reason why is they had a loss before they played us. Then they spark a remarkable comeback against us, right? They have a little bit of momentum going. Where NYCFC is coming off 3 straight losses.
Yeah, I'm still going NYCFC.
Fair. Orlando 2-0.
NYCFC. I'm gonna go 1-0.
Philly DC.
This is a featured match on Apple TV, rivalry week.
This is considered a rivalry?
Yes.
For what?
I mean,
What history do they have?
I don't necessarily think it's like history like that. I think it's more or less the distance,
What is that? Like a couple hours?
if that.
Give me a real rivalry like Columbus San Jose.
Yeah.
If you know, if you know, you know. Paging Morgan Hughes.
I thought it was Coach.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember. I got Philly.
I'm going draw.
Okay,
I'm going 2-2 draw.
I got Philly 1-0. Toronto, New York.
Toronto 1-0.
I'm gonna go New York. Coming off a win. I mean, granted, yeah, they are on the road. I'll actually go draw. Actually, I'll go 0-0 draw. Dallas, Vancouver.
Oh. And Jesus Ferreira, we trust, right? 1-0.
My guy. I like that. I'll take that also. Minnesota, Houston.
Houston, we have a problem. I think the Loons get back on track and win 2-1.
Houston will be down Hector Herrera and another person, I think. They got 2 red cards in the last game against Seattle. They're going to be without Bassi, who got a red card in the 21st minute, and then Hector Herrera, who got a second yellow to a subsequent red in the last 10 minutes. So Houston's without 2 guys. Minnesota, who's coming off 2 straight losses. I'm going to go 2-2 draw on this one. I'm going to go 2-2 draw. Nashville, Miami.
This one is a tough one for me. So on one hand,
hard.
How do you go against Hani Mukhtar, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, how do you go against a streaky Miami?
Yeah.
I think, by them beating Columbus,
that sparked it right
last week, it sparked that, and it gave life for, Phil Neville.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, guys, down at the Battered Heron.
I mean, it's in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
2-2 draw.
Oh.
I mean, both teams get a point. They earn it.
I think I'm going to have to go with my guys at the Battered Heron on this one. I think I'm going to have to go Miami and go 2-1 Miami.
Nice.
I think this run that they have of 3 straight wins, they're climbing the table.
Yep.
They're 6th in the East. I think Miami continues it. I think I'm going to have to go with my guys at the Battered Heron on this one and go 2-1 Miami.
I'm going 2-2. I'm going 2-2 draw.
Draw. All right. Salt Lake, Portland.
This is honestly a coin flip, honestly. You're in Real. They started to play a little bit more, right? A little bit better. You know, they got rid of Justin Merriam, which I think, I'm not going to say he was a cancer to the team, but it just seemed like they needed to move on from him, right? And since he got traded to Charlotte, it's a little bit, yes, Real Salt Lake needed to move on from Justin Merriam.
Justin Merriam is a saint.
Listen, I love Justin Merriam too, but at a certain point, you don't fit in systems and certain systems anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like the unwanted house guest, right?
Oh man,
you have a party.
You hurt me.
You have a party, you know what I'm saying, and everybody else leaves except for that one person, and you try to tell them like, "Hey, I'm going to sleep," whatever.
You hurt me.
They don't want to leave.
You hurt me. Justin Merriam is a saint. I will forever love Justin Merriam.
I love Justin Merriam. Don't get me wrong, but the way that the coaching system was not trying to change, he just did not fit the way that it needed to go anymore. He fits better there with King Harry, I'm sorry, with King Harry down there in Charlotte.
King Henry.
Hey, I'm talking. I got the Tennessee Titans with,
He did score twice against Atlanta with Charlotte. He did score twice,
but he fits better in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? So Real Salt Lake has been playing a little bit better since Merriam got traded, right?
Even though they lost.
Even though they lost, they still played better. Look at how they were playing. Look how they were going on the field, though, right? When they played us and we beat them 4-0, right? They looked lost. Once Justin Merriam came out, they started to give a little bit. But when he was in the game with them, they looked like deer in headlights. He was the only one really moving anything. You know what I'm saying? You could go back and watch that. In that first half, he was literally the team, creating all those chances, and you didn't see really anybody else create any chances. So, and then you got
good. Then that should be good. That means he was the forefront of that team almost.
He was, but like I said, the coaching did not want to change and help him. When you only have one player sitting there doing everything, they get burnt out. And I'm sorry to say it, Crew fans, we saw it last year with Caleb Porter. We saw it the year before that with Porter and Jossie. Then you go into 2022 and you see it with Caleb and Lucas. Solely relying on one player to be the team and not change up your tactics hurt the team. So then you're talking about a new look Real Salt Lake going up against Portland, right?
Mm-hmm.
I still think Portland gets the win, but I think it's a well-earned win, right? I don't think Real Salt Lake's going to lay down. I think it's going to be 1-0.
Portland 2-0. LAFC, KC. This should be easy. Well, I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore.
Denny Belanga 4, Sporting Kansas City 0.
I'm gonna go Belanga and Vela 5. KC -6.
So you're saying 11.
I'm just going. I I think they're just going to lose 6 players in the game. No, I'm kidding. I'm still gonna go 5-0 though.
5-0.
I'm gonna go 5-0 LAFC.
I mean, I'll take that, but I'll make it 5-1. Honestly.
No, little consolation goal.
Yes.
These poor souls in Casey. Hey, at least they got barbecue
Yes.
to help them. Well, wait, hang on.
It's in LAFC, so.
Well, yeah, they won't have barbecue then.
They'll have barbecue. They'll have sushi.
Yeah, for sure. And then the lesser of two evils, Seattle, Austin.
Seattle. 2-1.
I hope both teams have fun. That's all I'm going to say. Nothing. I just hope both teams have fun.
I just love seeing the barcodes lose.
I mean, I do too. But at the same time, nothing will ever get me to like that nasty red kit from Seattle.
The Bruce Lee kit? What?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. I hate that kit just as much as my eyes hate seeing a goalie jersey from 2016 be turned 90 degrees and painted verde and black.
So you don't want to see ketchup versus relish then?
Dude, is the sky blue?
Depending on what part of the world you're in.
So I'm just saying.
I mean, right now it's black.
I don't like that kit. I don't like that kit.
I'll take the Bruce Lee over the barcode kit any day.
Like, hey, like I said, if and when this game ever happens and they still have those kits, take out your phone and I bet you a QR code pops up. I kid you not, right? I kid you not. It's gonna pop up Anthony Precourt's face and it says "Dope." It's gonna be an error link because those things cannot be found anywhere.
Cannot load page.
It's a 404 error page when it pops up.
Make sure you scan for viruses.
They already have one. And then the game itself, Columbus, LA.
Columbus, LA. I'm going to go bold. You know I do. 6-0.
Oh. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. My Lord. I'm going to go 3-1.
Hey, I love going bold. I just think the crew is playing for pride right now.
If anybody's playing for pride, it's LA.
Well,
Greg Vanney has ran that franchise into the ground.
They're playing for a spot.
They're playing for more than a spot. They're playing for the
franchise rights.
They're playing for their new contract.
Franchise rights.
Golly, like this team is in shambles. I mean, yeah, they got to win against San Jose, but
that's it.
Dear Lord, I don't know who's worse, KC or the Galaxy.
The Galaxy.
How? When it took KC almost halfway through the season to get their first win.
I'll take Vermees over anything.
How he still has a job is beyond me, honestly.
My case in point.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But I really think it's going to be 6-0. I think just seeing the attitude from the players, right? We saw it a little bit at training. You could see the hustle. You could see, everybody running to the ball. As much as we could see in 15 minutes, you saw, you saw some grit out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just think, like Nancy said, he only showed 4 clips from the game.
Yeah.
The 2 goals that they scored and the 2 goals they conceded. That's all you needed to see.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, that full quote I have on my Twitter.
Yeah.
But Jerald, any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I do want to mention a stat for MLS Next Pro.
Okay.
For Crew 2. They are undefeated at home since last May when they lost 4-0 to Rochester Rhinos. And last week's goal of the match, right? Goal of the week. Marco Micheletto won by a record-setting 75% of the votes.
Oh, really?
Yes. Also, I don't have the stats in front of me. Coach Courtois posted the stats, but the stats that they had against Orlando City B are the highest ever for a Next Pro game. As far as goal differential, expected goals, and things like that. So, some first. And then also, too, they had 2 academy kids on the Rising Stars.
Wow, I saw Taha.
Yeah.
Taha
and Gio, I believe.
Really?
I have to go back and look at it.
Okay. All right. Dude, our first live, man.
Hey, it feels good. An hour and a half?
Our first live.
How many comments did we get?
I got a couple. I put one right here on Twitch. And then my mom was actually the one that had the winning shirt will be given out on July 8th.
Bet.
By tomorrow, we should be up and running for YouTube. So we will add that also to the arsenal.
Yes.
And
I mean, if you guys would like, I could go ahead and put the YouTube channel link, so you guys could go ahead and subscribe and set that buzzer for let you guys know whenever we're going live.
And we are going live again. Or do we want to wait?
Nah, it's a rivalry. We have to.
Saturday morning, we'll do our Hell is Real preview. And talk to y'all about Cincinnati.
Hell is real and heck is plausible.
Yep. And then we're actually going to Cincinnati. After our live show. And yeah. So join us Saturday morning. Don't know what time yet, but Saturday morning. And let's get ready to kick some Cincy butt.
Listen, no cinnamon spaghetti.
Huh?
No cinnamon chili. That's what Skyline is. They put cinnamon. They put cinnamon in their chili.
Who does that?
Skyline.
That's disgusting.
And please, no throwing beer. It makes for a great t-shirt. You know, the Catch and Chug t-shirt, which I have somewhere floating around here. But please, no throw beer. Let's not stoop down to Kentucky fans.
Their level.
Yeah. You know they can't add or do anything.
Skyline isn't real chili.
Love it, Mama Fisher.
Skyline isn't real chili. But that's it for us, dude. And it's been fun.
Yes.
Be sure to give us a follow on Twitter at Wisemen Pod down there at the bottom right-hand side of your screen. And I will fix this and get more socials of us at the bottom there. And or we could just have it as a banner, as a little ticker.
Yep.
So, Jerald, my guy, thank you for doing this with me tonight.
Love it.
I will put the I would download everything. I'll put it up on Spotify for those who missed it. Give it a listen. I think this is probably one of our best shows yet. Now that we have live going, and it'll be up on our Anchor page, Spotify, wherever you get podcasts. So,
can't wait to interact with y'all, the fans.
Yep. Again, Saturday morning, our Hell is Real preview, talking all things Hell is Real. And Jerald, as tradition goes, Wisemen say,
only fools rush in.
Peace out, y'all. Have a good night and be safe.